Hey guys, this is Aegis, and we've got another game here. This is OP swatted OP. We know he's surely OP. He is playing for Double D, and NrG's Lucky Fool is here as the Orange Terran player. This is going to be Match Point, the map that everyone hates that is part of the map lineup here. I've been talking to some people about this map. People don't like it at all. So we do have Lucky Fool here sending his SCVs to go mine, and on the other side we do have Double D's OP swatted OP. I'm not too sure what's OP about swatted or anything that's going on here. So we do have him as the red Protoss player. Actually, NrG's Lucky Fool has taken my favorite color, and I do hope my favorite color wins this. If you go look at our website, I actually have a bracket of me guessing who's going to win, and I have NrG taking this 3-1, so I hope NrG's Lucky Fool takes this, so I'm right. That's all that counts. We have here Lucky Fool throwing down his first supply depot, and OP swatted actually. Yeah, there we go. There's his pylon coming up. So it is currently 1-1. Both teams are tied up. This is game 3. Match Point is a port in from Brood War. It has this narrow choke to your natural expansion. Natural expansion has a pretty wide choke over here. It has 2 mineral patches that do narrow this choke a little bit. There's one entrance to the high ground over here, and a second entrance into this natural expansion area. If we keep moving down, we see this expansion over here that has no gas. It has only the mineral patches. And then finally, there's this pretty risky base to take all the way down here. It does have the 2 gas as well as some additional mineral patches. 2 high ground pods in the center of the map. Very crucial to take control of those pods in order to take control of this game. A barracks is on the way for Lucky Fool, is going to be rallied to the front. We'll see if he decides to take a faster expansion. He does have a refinery up already, sending a scouting SCV out across the map. The gateway is on the way for OP swatted. And it is finished. He does have enough for that cybernetics core. I'm not sure what he's waiting for. There it is, the cybernetics core coming up, moving another probe out here. I'm not sure why he did that one either. There's the SCV now scouting into Swatted's base. That's actually pretty hard to say. The Marine now cleaning up the probe that was scouting in here, and there is a reactor on the way. A second barracks is coming up for Lucky Fool as well. SCV getting a nice look over here is going to start going away, and the second pylon is out now as well. Chasing him after that SCV for some time, and it looks like the cybernetics core is complete, and the warp gate research is on the way. A stalker is, a Zealot is being chrono boosted. So we'll see what Swatted is trying to do with all of his extra gas. Another Zealot is coming over here. We'll take a slash at that SCV. A Stalker is finally now on the way for Swatted, so he will be able to chase that SCV out of here. Meanwhile, it's delaying any sort of tech. It is going to be getting out of here real soon, I hope, because that Stalker is close to being finished. SCV is starting to turn tail and run. Going to be running out of here real soon. Another chrono boost going down on the second Stalker. We have a couple of Marines rallied to the front. More Marines popping out right now. A Marauder is on the way as well as the concussive shell. So we may see some early 2-gate pressure out of Lucky Fool in the near future. The Stalker is out onto the field, and we have 2 additional gateways on the way for Swatted. I think that SCV was actually taken out. Let's take a look at that Stalker. It does have that 1 kill, so it was able to take out that 1 SCV scouting around over there. Another pylon is on the way. No gas over here, so we may be seeing some pretty heavy 3-gate pressure right now. He saved up a lot of gas right now, so we'll see what he's deciding to do. Never mind. There's that natural expansion getting thrown down over here, so that gas will be spent into sentries. Lucky Fool does have his slightly ahead of that Nexus, and he also has extra production right now. We'll be getting additional barracks real soon, I imagine. He's got his forces all rallied over here. Will be able to take out any sort of scouting units. It looks like that thing will not survive to see another day. We have Lucky Fool now pushing out across the map. And it looks like Swatted is going to have to gear up for some defense. He doesn't actually have that much here. The warp gates are opening up right now. We have more units trailing and running across the map. We've got Lucky Fool, also a bunker at the front. Not that much in over here for Swatted, and the Concussive Shell is finished. So we'll see if he's able to bust in here. The ramp will be able to get controlled by that sentry. Looks like Lucky Fool will be swinging to the other side, and Swatted is going to be trying to hold down this attack because he does have his Nexus almost finished now. The SCVs are going to be looking for that over there. Does take one SCV out, but that's not an even trade. Additional units getting warped in over there. More Zealots going to be spawning out onto the map. Looks like this army will be retreating for right now. And more probes getting produced right now, and the command center is now morphing into an orbital command. More units being rallied to the front of that base right now. A factory is coming up for Lucky Fool, as well as the engineering bay to help grab additional upgrades for that infantry force. Lucky Fool pulling back all the way to his bunker and his natural expansion. He's got a mule mining over here as well. This soon should be saturated. He's got both the command centers making SCVs right now. His starport is on the way, as well as the reactor for that starport. A pylon coming up for OP Swatted. So he may be looking to take that base real soon. We'll see when he decides to take that mineral-only expansion. He's got a probe going to be scouting over here yet again. A missile turret coming up for Lucky Fool, going to make sure he's using up some sort of DT action. The probe does make it up the ramp, but it quickly gets cleaned up by the Marauder. And these two simulators have finished, and the Twilight Council has completed as well. We'll see what research he decides to get, or if he decides to go for some sort of Dark Templar. There's the Zealot charge on the way. The Speed Zealots will soon be out on the field. More probes getting chrono boosted, as well as additional Zealots being warped in. The factory has lifted off and will be on scouting duty for a good portion of this game. Lucky Fool throwing up additional missile turrets through the side over here will be taking care of any sort of observer that tries to spot and help him hop in there with any sort of blink upgrade, but we see that this is not going to be the case anytime soon. Swatted over here getting scanned. Lucky Fool seeing exactly what's going on over there. A Stargate is on the way for Swatted back inside his base. I wonder if Lucky Fool has seen it. He's got an SCV scouting over here. He has not seen anything inside the main. Zealot charge will soon be finished. One Zealot is headed out across the map, and it looks like Lucky Fool is going to be pushing with his Medivacs. And this push will be just in time for that Zealot charge, but the Zealots will get funneled over here if he decides to engage in that position. We've got a load up from Lucky Fool now headed into Swatted's main, and we've got the units from Swatted over here going to be trying to get rid of those two Medivacs. Will they go down? They're headed straight to the main, and Swatted has a couple of units warping in over here. Drop pretty easy. The Syntac going down. And this drop is going to do a ton of damage over here. Going to be taking off. Knows he can pick off of the entire Protoss army and being thrown back into the main. Pylons going down. And OP Swatted is dropping into the red blue. Some probes getting taken out as well. Looks like another Syntac getting used. So he's trying to go after a couple of these holders. He is getting a full scout in here. Leading now on the field. So they will be able to clean up this drop very easily. Drop goes down. But this has given Lucky Fool a lot of time of reprieve, no pressure from our Protoss player, and he's even got his production all taken out, or well delayed, so he won't be able to push very hard off of this. So I'm kind of wondering what he's going to be doing over here. We've got these two additional gateways coming up, as well as the Templar Archives, another gateway, two more gateways in the backside of his base. He doesn't have a very large force, but he does have the Zealot charge, so that will bolster his army quite a bit. Lucky Fool rallying forth the troops yet again, going to be going for some additional pressure towards the Protoss base. Lucky Fool still mining only one gas at his natural expansion. We'll see when he decides to get that third base. The two Medivacs are also going to be joining that army real soon. The Phoenix going to be scouting out across the map. we'll see how much damage they are able to do. And the army from our Terran player is going to be engaging over here. Not that many soldiers, but a couple of force going down. The Diamondbacks are going to be lifting a couple of units and bringing them back. Going to be bringing these forces forward. Once again, the entire army for Swatted is in great danger. A couple of stalkers getting caught over there. The Terran army stimming and running forth. And OP Swatted desperately trying to warp into units over here. A couple of Templars morphing into an Archon. All the folks getting pulled off the line. Going to be sending Resolves into battle, and Templar do not yet have their storm. The Archon trying to do as much damage as he possibly can. The rolling force quickly gets taken out, focused down by Lucky Fool. The Templar goes down as well. The last two Stalkers making a stand, but they are not a match for this Marine Marauder force. You have the force from Lucky Fool also advancing forward. Looks like this Nexus has gone down. The Fool is going to be advancing into the main reel soon, and the Psionic Storm has finished, but no Templar are out on the map. Lucky Fool continuing to push in here. 122 to 258. Swatted is relying on these Archons to see if he can get maximum amount of damage with these Archons and those charge rods. Trying to do as much flash as possible. When that Archon quickly goes down with GG, well played out of OP Swatted. This game goes to NrG's Lucky Fool. It is now 2-1 in favor of NrG. So looks like Double D will get the map choice next game. We'll see what map Royal Flush decides to choose.